wanted to do it because I wanted to enjoy it. And now I really do. I enjoy the salads that I make. I enjoy everything about it. But I also do not believe that I have to eat a salad for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if I don't want to. I know that I can have different things because I've also learned to eat until I'm satisfied. Not until
That's
I'm
one of her other
stuffed.
4 basics, isn't it?
No, the 4 basics are just
the water,
planning
the
your
planning,
food.
the diet. Okay.
Yes.
The journal. Okay.
Yeah, but then she talks about things to be able to help give you have triggers. And so again, learning to know your body, getting to know yourself. So most of us eat until we're stuffed. Most of us look at every meal as being the last supper. But you're never going to eat again. Girl, you're eating in 5 hours, if not less. Come on.
That's right.
Especially in our world, first world problems, for real.
That's right.
So she talks about eating until satisfied. But again, that goes back to the brain work because you're able to say, brain, if we want to have this again tomorrow, we can. We're going to have it again. It's not like this is never going to come around. So you eat until you're satisfied. And one of the things that she talks about is that if you think about, could I be done? Yes. I mean, do I want to eat the rest of it because it looks good and it tastes good? Yes. But could I be done? That's a sign that, okay, you're satisfied. Or also, the other one is if you sigh, like when you're eating your lunch or you're eating your breakfast. If you sigh, your body really has had probably enough. And the way that was able to help me was that I would say, okay, I think I'm satisfied, but I don't want to throw that away. I don't want to throw those 3 bites away. So I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. And I'm going to walk away. And in 5 minutes, if I am still hungry, I'm going to eat the rest of those 3 bites. And in 5 minutes, if I'm no longer hungry and I come back to it, it's going to be okay to throw those 3 bites away and be done. So I allowed myself to walk into that just so, again, there was no depriving. There was no deprivation. It was there if I wanted it, if I was hungry. But I really needed to make sure I was still hungry.
Well, and I think the other thing too, going back to like the journaling and the planning and, all of the things. So you would journal about that.
Yes.
That you left those 3 bites, but then 5 minutes later that you finished them because it sounded good and that was something you wanted to do. But it's also too that what I love through this whole thing is that you're just collecting data.
Yes.
And so if you've eaten McDonald's every day or 5 out of your 7 days for the last 6 months and you're not losing weight, even if you're eating a salad at McDonald's, you can go back through and look at that data and say, maybe this is the sticking point right there is that I'm eating McDonald's. Maybe I'll pack my salad from home, or maybe and so I think that so many times it with the whole idea of it being intentional and then writing things down and being intentional and then collecting that data, that you're actually able to go back through and say, okay, what worked? Right? So when you're on the scale and you can see everything that you ate that week and that you lost 4 pounds, or you could see everything that you ate and you gained 3 pounds.
That's right.
Now you're collecting that data and you're looking, it's like, okay, look, this was working effectively for my weight loss plan. This was not working so effectively for my weight loss plan.
That's right.
So, but I think that so many times that when you don't write it down, it's just like I remember when I had Seth in a baby book. I'm not going to write, if that is so cute, whatever that he just did, I'll remember that forever until he did the next really cute thing. And then I'm going to remember that forever. But I forgot the previous cute thing that he did.
Right.
And I think it's the same thing. We are people that are very busy and you eat what you eat for breakfast and then you forget what you ate for breakfast.
That's right.
So maybe you forgot that you went to McDonald's for breakfast. So now you're running through Burger King for lunch and then your family wants a big meal. And before you know it, you're at 2,500 calories and you didn't do any exercise this morning. And so you're taking in way more than you're burning off. And so I think that just that intentionality of being able to write down and be able to say, this is what I'm going to have and kind of know where you're at and gauge yourself for the rest of the day. I think that that's where the success comes in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so do you weigh yourself every day?
I do weigh myself every day. And that was something that, again, collecting data is what it's all about. The scale is no longer my friend or my foe. It is simply an object that I use to be able to say, okay, here's the number. I do not allow it to ruin my day or allow me to have a great day. I write that down to say, okay, here's the information that I want to write down. And I simply write that down. So for purposes, I can go back and say, wow, I had a great week, or wow, I didn't have a great week. What's different? I can look and see if I jumped 1, 2, or 3 or 4 pounds, which again, your body is supposed to go up and down. Even if you are on a weight loss journey, there are going to be times you're up, there are going to be times you're down, like hormones change. But that was really cool to finally release, allowing the scale to decide how I was going to act a day. And it all came about about a year and a half ago when Dan was losing weight also. He had saw that on Fridays when he and I would weigh in. He would be really excited because he had a big loss, but he stopped sharing that with me because he would see me get on the scale and I was defeated. And I was bummed. And so being the loving husband that he wasn't like, hey, babe, I just lost 7 pounds, root for me. And so I finally got to the point, I'm like, what the heck? And that was one of the things she talked about, is having, it's just an object. Same thing. I'm like, I'm going to try this. And I'm going to really try it. I'm not going to halfway it. And so that's what it was. Daily, I got on the scale and just, it is what it is. I do weigh myself every morning around the same time though. So it's very accurate information. But yes, it is all about collecting the data.
Well, I think that so many times, I know I'm guilty of that you get on the scale and you're up a half a pound or whatever, and you feel like you did everything that you could do. Your body weight's going to fluctuate anyway, but it's when you put emotion to that scale, you allow it to dictate your mood for the day. That's when we get into trouble.
That's right.
And it has no personality. It's not a person. It's not trying to get you. It's literally just collecting data. And I think about that so often, because if we were all able to take that approach when we got on the scale and looked at it as you were just collecting data, number one, we would all be happier. But number two, then you're looking in. It's like, okay, what did I do to get to that number?
Yeah.
A, I did really well, so that number went down.
Yeah.
B, I didn't do so well, that number went up.
Yep.
C, I did everything right, and it's just my body chemistry this week, and next week it's going to show in the scale or whatever that it's going to go down. But when you don't put emotion behind it, I think that that's where the biggest win comes in, because so many times we really do. You let it dictate your whole entire day, and that's not what it's meant to do. It's just to collect data.
That's right. And you're able to go back and just say, oh, what did I do? Yes. What did I do differently? What didn't I do? The other thing for me was that the weeks that I was up on the scale or didn't lose any, I would go back and notice that I didn't write down any of the times that I had an overeat. And so it was interesting because I really became more visual than that following week. If I was giving, Peyton M&Ms and I ate 3 of them, or Brianna was getting a bowl of ice cream and I had 3 bites of her ice cream, that allowed me to be a little bit more consistent and writing that down so I could go back again through my data and say, oh, okay, that's why. I was overeating. I was eating as I was making dinner. I was nibbling on all of these things. Okay, so around 4 o'clock, I know that my brain's going to say, hey, it's time to have a snack. Let's be aware of it and say, A, yes, let's have a snack, or B, you know what? Let's wait. Let's wait and pause, because I may, and then same thing. Oh, I'm making dinner. So, and then I was able to say, okay, nope, hold up. I just caught myself being able to not nibble on those little things. And so that was huge.
So what piece of advice would you give to somebody that is just starting out on their weight loss journey? We got 60 seconds.
Okay. You can do it. You really can. Be your best cheerleader and go for it. Try it out.
Well, and write everything down. And don't put a story around it.
That's right. Write everything down, but be willing to try it, and be willing to try it 100%.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. Well, congratulations. You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
It's been fun to been alongside you with this journey. I think that this will speak to a lot of people on a lot of different levels. So tell them again what the name of the podcast is that you listen to.
Yeah, Losing 100 Pounds with Corinne. I found her on Apple. She's a cute, sassy blonde. Tell her that the Hello Gorgeous girls sent you if you happen to like it. And again, PSA announcement, she does cost a lot.
That's right.
You have it.
That's right. All right. Well, if you have any questions or comments or would like to know more about the guests on our show today, or for more information about Hello Gorgeous, feel free to contact me at kbecker@hellogorgeous.org or visit our website at www.hellogorgeous.org. We invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and download our mobile app. Thank you for joining me today on Hello Gorgeous, everything beauty, cancer, and inspiration. I'm your host, Kim Becker, and until next time, stay gorgeous.